Guys, I'm back with another video, and this is going to be the second video in my one palette, 1 week series. And today we are going to pull back out the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. This is one of my newest palettes and one of the only ones that I have purchased this year. And I love it because it's this really beautiful neutral toned eyeshadow look, which are all the shades that I love. And you've got a wide range of mattes, shimmers, sparkly shades, and even a dark brown that I love to use as the liner. And so we're gonna continue the one palette, 1 week theme. So each day I'll do a different look, and you can kind of follow along in a tutorial style. So I'm still playing around with the format of these. Let me know if you have any opinions on how to do these, whether you like the walkthrough like tutorial based, or if you want me to speed it up, or just come on and show you the finished look and talk through the shades that I looked and where I placed them on the eye. So if you have any preference for like any of those, or if you have another idea for how to do this video, certainly let me know. But I'll probably do a mix of this just to get a feel for editing wise, kind of what I like best, but let me know your thoughts on that as well. But yeah, so this is the palette. It retails for, I believe, $69. You can get it at Sephora, Ulta, Natasha Denona's website, Beautylish, a bunch of different places, wherever her brand is sold. And I think it's a beautiful palette and one you would consider picking up for the upcoming holiday sales. If you're interested, keep an eye on those. You know, I never buy anything full price. I always wait for a coupon or a sale, so especially for more expensive items such as this. So if you want to get some inspiration, if you already have this palette, or you want to get inspiration if you have a palette similar to it or thinking about picking it up, I'll try to show you a bunch of different looks that you can attain with this palette. And yeah, so I hope you continue watching, and we'll get started with day one. All right, so we are at day one, look one, and this is the eye look we're gonna create. It's just a really simple, natural, neutral eye with a little bit of sparkle to it. So I've got my Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette, and first what I did, I started the foundation of it before I decided I wanted to film. So I just took a little bit of Fair, this really light beige. Then I took a little bit of Mesh lightly in the crease and mixed in a little bit of Stone, and that's where we're at. I'm just gonna build this up just a little bit more to get the crease. Okay, now taking just a little bit, I'm just gonna tap my brush into Wit. It's this peachy coral shade, and that's just gonna add just a little bit of a pinky coral tone to the look, which is, I feel like, elevates the look from being just total brown taupe territory. Okay, now for the outer corner, I'm going to take a little bit of filigree right here. All right, so for the Oliver lid shade, I'm gonna take a little bit of Travertine. As you can see, this shade to me is a bit disappointing. Like, I want to love it because of the color of it. However, the formula, like, I've only used this 2 times and it's already almost entirely hard panned. So I need to get something, tape or a spoolie, and scratch that off. But this shade has so much potential, but on the eye, it's so lackluster. The formula is lackluster in my opinion, which I've heard people rave about it. Like, when I pick it up on my finger, that's what it looks like. I don't know, it's, there's really pretty dark shimmers in this palette, but like the mid-tones that you would want to use all over your lid, with the exception of Muse, which is, you know, really flaky glitter. which I'm not looking for on an everyday basis. But do you see this? It just, I don't know. To me, it doesn't go with the sparkly dark shades that are in this palette that you would use in the outer corner. And using a glitter glue doesn't really help with this shade. So I need to just go on and scrape some off. Obviously the palette's really expensive, so I don't want to waste any product, but it's inevitable. Like, I've got this huge hard pan in it. And it doesn't matter like how hard you press in it, it just doesn't translate to the eye. So this will probably be the only day that I use this shade. You can see that's what it looks like. The shade reminds me of a powder version of the Charlotte Tilbury Oyster Pearl Cream Shadow. That one, I love the formula, love the color of that. It's very similar to this. So if you like this color and just want a better formula, maybe look into that Charlotte Tilbury Cream Shadow. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to take a little bit of Delilah. This is one of the wet look shades, and it's really just like a really sparkly topper. So that's what that looks like. I'm just gonna top that on over top where I put the lid shade. Okay. Now I want to take a little bit of mesh and stone under the lash line. Actually, I need to do concealer because I was worried about, sometimes I get fallout, so let me do concealer first. So the concealer combo that I'm using is this Untitled Full Cover Tip Concealer, and I'm almost out of it. I had to take the stopper out, and it's almost dried up, so probably another week and I'll just toss it. But this shade is a little too light for me. This is shade 1. And then I just mix that with the Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the shade 13N Fair Light Neutral. This one is a bit creamier and a bit darker, slightly. And I'm just using my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. It's a dense concealer brush to blend this in. Okay, now taking mesh, stone, a little bit of tinder as well, and running that underneath the lower lash line. Actually, that's not the brush I meant to use. I grabbed the wrong brush. This is the brush I wanted to use for the inner corner. Let me grab, it's similarly shaped, but it's a little bit fatter. This was the brush I meant to use. This is the Morphe E36. I've been using this almost exclusively when I pick the right brushes up. I've been using this underneath the lash line, and it seems to be working well. Okay, so I've wiped off this brush as best I can, and for the inner corner, I'm going to use a combination of Sheen and Mia. This Mia, as you can see, is a really icy pink. I don't know that I love this shade. I don't feel like it goes with the rest of the colors in my opinion, but like it's a pink, and then you've got like 2 rosy coral shades, but I'm going to tone down that pinkness with the shade Sheen, which is a beigey shimmer, so that we can just get a bright inner corner. And to finish off, I'm going to use this dark brown in the shade. I love that she included this shade. It's obviously my perfect liner shade that I always use, and so I'm going to use my small Rephr number 29 brush to stamp that shade into the upper lash line as a liner. Okay, so that's the look. Now let me go add some mascara and I'll be back to show you the finished look. Okay guys, look one, what do you think? Hey guys, I'm back with look two and I want to pop on real quick. I've already done both eyes as you can see, and it's just a really simple, another neutral, easy eye look. And instead of using any of the glittery, sparkly shades, I just went in with Whisper on the lid. So basically what I used was Fair all over the lid to set it, and then I used Stone in the crease, and then I used like very, very lightly tapped into Silhouette, the dark brown matte in the outer corner, and then I used Whisper in all over the lid. So as you can see, this is the look you achieve, and then I just used a combination of mesh and stone underneath the lash line, and this is the look you get. So let me know what you think about look two. I'm back with look three, and as you can see, I've already done my left eye. This is a really easy halo eye. I tried to do it really soft and subtle, so hopefully instead of just using an all over lid shade, dark shade in the outer corner, I wanted to do a soft halo eye, and so that's kind of what I've achieved with this look three. Now, as you can see, I've had this eye look on for about an hour, and because I used one of the more PC metallic foiled shades, you do get a lot of transfer, so it might not even look like too much of a halo eye, but anyways, that's what, the way that I created it was inspired by a halo eye. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to insert and point to the shade names as I use them, but I'll fast forward, and so you'll kind of see how the look builds up over time. So I won't be talking you through it in real time. So I'm back with finished look number three. Let me know what you think. So as you can see, we just ended up with a really subtle pink toned halo eye, and I know all of these looks are looking very similar. It's hard to tell them all apart, even for me, honestly. But I think that's really the look that you're gonna get with this palette. If you love these really natural tones, then you'll love this palette because you're gonna get a lot of looks out of it. Or a lot of the same looks, I should say. But I mean, I do feel like maybe this one is my favorite so far. We'll see what other two looks I can come up with to round out this video. But yeah, let me know what you think of look three. All right, remember how I just said that you only get the same three looks in this palette? Well, as you can see, we are doing something different. So I went on Natasha Denona's YouTube page and was looking at the promo marketing looks that she created. Again, if you haven't seen my previous video, this is one of my tips. Whenever you buy one of her palettes, she always does several different looks, and she posts the tutorials on her YouTube page, so check it out. So since tomorrow is Halloween, I'm contemplating going as a cat to work, and so just a simple black outfit, all black outfit, and then I have the cat ear headband. And so I was looking at cat eye tutorials on for the I Need a Nude palette, and she has this beautiful one here, and as you can see, the model is much more tan than I am, so I feel like it looks really sleek and edgy on her, whereas as you can see on me, like the colors are really deep compared to my skin tone. But I followed the tutorial guide, tried as best I could. Obviously this is sped up, but this is the look that's the look we're trying to go for. This is the look I ended up with this eye. We'll see if we can get somewhat of a similar look on my right eye. All right, so let's get started. So she first uses a brown pencil liner to create like the sharp edges, like the foundation of the wings. And so that's what we're gonna try to do here. So she kind of starts from the outer, is this your iris? The outer edge of your eye, the colored part of your eye, and then brings it directly up. And this part we're gonna blend out with a brush, so it doesn't have to be super precise, but you want the general shape to be there. Okay. And then for the top part, so as you can see, we have a negative space. So this skin tone color, or the lighter liner, is actually just skin tone, so there's no liner there. So we're gonna leave a straight gap. And so instead of coming to the direct corner, I'm gonna come up like 2-3 millimeters. And then follow that same angle out. That's a way larger gap than the other side. Okay, I'm gonna look in the mirror for this because I need to hold my skin tight to do this. Okay. That's really rough, but it's a foundation, something to start with. So I just came straight, connected it to the lash line, and then brought this up like right here. And this is the problem I can never, so she comes up and does an extended inner corner here. As you can see here, I don't feel like I did a good job on this eye, so we'll see if I can do. So she basically comes up like this. And then she starts to follow the actual crease. I will link this video too, because obviously it's much more helpful to just follow her video versus an amateur like me. But she kind of brings it up and starts following the curvature of your crease. Okay, and then I believe she lines the inner rim. Okay, so once she has that foundation set, then she starts using the dark brown matte to blend. So I'm going to take my rougher number 29 brush and start using that dark brown matte to subtly blend out the edges and but only blend out like for this line, blend out the top part of it. We want to leave the bottom side of this negative space really sharp. So I'm just gonna lightly try to start blending this upwards and mainly focus it in the crease part. And then on this side, on the bottom, start blending out the underside of this liner. And we'll probably have to clean up a little bit, like use eye makeup remover, because I can already see I don't have a sharp enough line on this side. Now from there, she uses Tinder, which is this kind of taupey brown, mid-tone taupey brown. And she uses that to blend out this area and the inner shade, because we're creating, it's like a halo cat eye is what we're trying to create here. So she uses that to blend out the liner and the silhouette shade towards the middle of the eye. And then she also used it to blend out the lower lash line. Okay, from there she uses two shimmers in this look for the lid. So she used Ella, which is this brown bronzy shade, and she uses that as the outer shimmer, so kind of in between and over top of that Tinder shade that we just laid down. So applying that right here and along the inner quarter of the lid. And then she also used that in this first quarter of the lower lash line. Definitely got some glitters in that eye there. Okay, and the main highlight shade that she uses is Sheen, which is the beigey wet look shade. So I'm gonna apply a healthy dose of that directly in the middle of the eye. We definitely need to blend out that edge. I'm noticing it looks really weird. It's tough because I love these looks that she creates, but for lighter skin tones, it can just look really harsh. So it's tough to be able to do these dramatic, edgy looks and still have it be wearable for amateur makeup lovers like myself. Okay. Oh. Okay. How can we fix this? Alright, I'm going to take just a little bit more of silhouette and try to darken up the very edge of this line, because I feel like in the blending we lost some of that. And honestly, these are starting to veer towards each other. We might have to use one of my Nude liners to get that line crisp in the middle. Okay. I'm going to take this brush I used to set the lid before I started. And let me just try to blend out these edges a little bit. Soften them. Okay. Let me get a Q-tip and try to sharpen the lower lash, this lower line here. Okay. Now one thing she does do at the very end of the video is she adds a black liquid liner to further darken these outer wings. So I'm gonna do that, and I can't hold the mirror and do the because I need to hold my eyes straight. So let me do that and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I just applied the black liquid liner. And it's already bled a little bit. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of the Silhouette, the dark brown matte, and just try to like blend the black into the brown so it's not so stark of a difference. Only thing is that black liquid liner, I'm not sure if they all do this, but mine does, which is the NYX liquid liner. I did it on this, and I see that it's doing it on this right eye as well. It's kind of like flaking and peeling up as I try to blend a powder over it. The brush is getting gunky. Okay, I never connected the upper lash line with Silhouette, so I need to do that. And I'm just going really lightly and directly over the lash line because I don't want this part to be as noticeable, but just connecting it to the inner corner like we did. All right, the next thing she did is she used Whisper as an inner corner shade, which obviously would be perfect for a medium to tan skin tones and darker. But for me, a light skin tone person, that's actually a darker, like mid-tone shimmer that I would use all over the lid. And so it's not brightening, it doesn't have the same brightening effect that it does on deeper skin tones. So what I did is I grabbed my Stila single in the shade Kitten. So perfect for this look, right? And I applied it as my inner corner shade, and so obviously we've got a deep dark shade, so I'm just going to the outer edges of that. And I'm going to bring it slightly in this area. Okay, all right, what do you think? I feel like this upper wing needs to be extended just a hair. Okay, that's probably about as even as I can get the two eyes. Yeah, I definitely won't be wearing this to work tomorrow, but for YouTube, it was something fun and different to do. It's certainly a different look that you can achieve with the palette. This eye is definitely more blended. I definitely did a better job blending on this eye, but okay. All right, so I'm gonna go apply mascara and be back to show you the finished look. All All right, we are back with look 4. What do you think? We're back with the final look of the video, look 5, and as you can see, I tried to do a halo eye, so I really liked the halo inspired look, but I wanted to do a natural, everyday work appropriate version of it, and so that's kind of what I've tried to achieve. I used 2 vastly different colors. So I used Ella on the outer lid, and then I used, for the highlighting shade, I used Mia, the really icy pink, directly in the center of the lid. And as you can see, I feel like the look looks exactly like the first 3 that I created for you. So yeah, I don't know, even though the colors are different, once they're on the eye, it kind of all looks the same. So if you love these colors and you don't mind getting, 15 shades that are gonna give you a very similar look, then pick up this palette. But if you're looking for something to give you a variety of different looks, it's gonna be a challenge. So anyways, let's go ahead and do the other eye, and I'll walk you through, kind of speed up and point to the shades as I use them. Okay, we're back with the finished final look. Let me know what you think. All right, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe and keep a watch out for my next video. I'm thinking I will use the Natasha Denona Glam palette next. Mine is super loud and squeaky, but I'm thinking we'll use this one next because this one actually does have a wide variety of mattes and shimmers and light and dark shades. So I feel like we can get a good variety of, 5 different looks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.